on when you're going to do those alkalizing breaths. The name in my phone, I call it certainty. And that is from Kabbalah Wisdom. And we can talk about that later, but it's just basically just giving you a reminder of whatever's going on. You have certainty that the Creator has got your back. He is looking out for you, or she is looking out for you. Okay? So go ahead and set those timers in your phone when you're going to do those alkalizing breaths. Okay? All right. So I'm going to do, because I don't trust you guys to do this later when we get off the live. Like, I just don't. So I want you guys to do it now. All right, don't worry about the time. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time. Don't worry. Yes. So the website, DrDeniseThinks.com. DrDenise Thinks, THINKS.com. Yes, the link is in my bio. So wherever you're joining from, you should be able to find it wherever you see my website. Okay. Does anybody need any more time? Let's see. All right. So I have it. The times I have in my phone is 8:30 a.m., 11:30, 3:30, 7:30, and I need to change this last one. It's 11:30 p.m., which I should be in bed by then, but I'm not. Like, that's just one of my bad habits that I got to work on. I'm trying to get in bed by like 9:30, 10, but that hasn't happened. I'm still on the mentality from when I was in school, but yeah, gotta work on that. But try to, if you are one of those people that just are really restless and you can't sleep well, I'm telling you, when you practice these alkalizing breaths, it's like getting a quick workout in. So most people, when you work out, some people can't go to sleep. Or I'm sorry, when people work out, they do fall asleep easily. So this is like getting a quick workout if you're not working out right now. And then lastly, just to give you another mentality or another thought, people that smoke, if you smoke, that they say the first puff is one of the best, right? I don't smoke, so you guys let me know if I'm on to something. Sorry. So if you just imagine a person smoking, you got the flame going here, right? And then you got the cigarette. And then they take the first inhale. The first one is the deepest inhale that I always see when I'm watching someone smoke. And so what do? They go like, ah. I personally, I just do not think it's the cigarette itself. I think it's the breath. I think it's the oxygen. And then, but it's just something in your hands to do that that you're working with. But I think it's just really taking in a deep breath. Because a lot of times, even if you don't smoke and, you ever like started dancing and got excited about a particular food that you were going to have, you're like, you know what? When I get off work, I'm going to go to that burger place and get X, Y, and Z. And people start dancing, they get excited. That's all right here because you haven't even eaten it yet. Right? You ever got excited about some food? It's right here. So with the breath, That is a real thing that your body is actually asking for. Even when we yawn, that's not always a sign that we're tired. Our body is actually asking for some oxygen. So it's forcing us to actually take a deep breath in to get some of that good air in. All right. So, last one, I'm going to skip to, or second to last one, celebrate the small wins. Don't wait until the end of anything to pat yourself on the back. If you made some small little switches from, apple chips instead of potato chips, that's a win. You want to celebrate that. The body loves the dopamine hits. So anytime that it feels some kind of dopamine hit, it's going to say, hey, let's do that again. So if you have to kind of encourage yourself to celebrate any kind of win, you want to do that. So the body will naturally gravitate and say, hey, let's do that again. And that's how you start the systematically reaching toward things that are healthier for you versus the other things. And then lastly, on this part, teach what you're learning. It helps deepen your learning when you're teaching someone else of what you learned. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to go through these quickly. The 5 biggest roadblocks on why people keep starting over every Monday is one of the biggest ones that I hear is time. Time. People say, I don't have time. If you're doing the 40-day fast with us, you're going to have so much more time when you're fasting because you're not doing a lot of cooking. You're not stopping at the restaurant to get food. We're doing just liquids and that's it. So, of course, cold pressed juices is the preference, juices that you make yourself. But you can do batch juicing, which I'm sure Alkaline Vegan Mommy will be here at least by tomorrow and teach us how to do the batch juicing. And you can do that for probably, I personally would just juice up to 3 days. I think some people go up to 5, but I want my juices as fresh as possible. So of course, with the time, you can't depend on that anymore. You can't say I don't have time to cook, so, but you do have time to grab a juice out of the fridge. Try your best not to get the juices from, you know, restaurants and even grocery stores like Whole Foods. Like I don't, Whole Foods is not the best place to me. Everybody thinks it's healthy, but they have their faults as well. You want to start reading labels, making sure that there's no additional preservatives in these drinks, things that are just not necessary. You That's why you just want to make these juices yourself, okay? But you guys have access to the recipe book, and so obviously just go by that. Like I said earlier, motivation and willpower, they fade. So that'll get you started, but you have to figure out what works for you to keep you going. And again, you have your squad to keep you accountable. Resistance to change. Listen, when you're changing, it's going to be uncomfortable. This, doing anything different than what you're normally used to doing, it's uncomfortable. But keep going, and that's when it actually gets comfortable. Just like any repetitions, learning any kind of skill, playing a sport, all of it is uncomfortable. You're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. And so you feel a little bit, shy about keep on going, but keep going because that's the only way that you're going to learn. Number 4, all or nothing thinking. Missing one day does not mean it's all over. Waiting until January 2027 because you're like, oh, I messed up, so I'm just going to wait till start it. No, keep going. You miss one day, one rep, one workout, just get back going and start from wherever you are. Okay. Again, perfection is not the goal, progress is. And then the fifth roadblock that I always hear, comparison overload. We already talked about that. Don't look at anybody else's journey. Stay focused on your own. And let's figure out what's good for you. Focus on your own plate, your own cup, your own pace, your own peace. All right. All right. So this part right here, I'm going to skip over this because it's kind of long, but it's also a self-assessment. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down to this part where It asks you to pre-rate yourself. And so it's a category. I don't know if I can make this bigger or not. Let's see. All right, but it's a category of and a series of questions, and it's asking you about your relationship with blank. So this first one is, how is your relationship with higher self or spirituality? And then it's got a statement in the middle. And then over here, you want to do a pre-rating for now, a pre-rating for midway through the program, but you can also do a pre-rating through the middle of the fast, and then a post rating for the end of the fast or the end of the program. So it's however you want to answer it, but you definitely want to answer this tonight before you go to bed. Okay. So like I said before, when you're trying to improve your relationship with food, it's rarely about food itself. It's usually about your relationship with yourself or your higher self or your spirituality, however you want to see that. It's a relationship with your self-image, your purpose. Do you guys know your purpose? Do you feel like you know why you're here on earth? Do you understand that? Your beliefs. What do you believe in? Who do you believe in? Your body or your temple, your intimate partner or your lover. And all of these are going to apply to everyone, trust me, regardless if you're in a relationship with another person or yourself. This is all about self at the end of the day. Ask you about your relationship with your parents, whether they're still here, whether you knew them, whether you know them or not. It's still, you still want to know about, well, I don't want to know about your relationship with your parents, but it's important for you to talk about it and discover and ask yourself some of these questions. Children, whether it's children by birth or by influence, it's still a space for you to answer these questions. Your friends, your coworkers, perfect strangers, your community, finances, all of these things are important when it comes to your relationship with food. And again, trust the progress. Okay, or trust the process. I'm sorry. All right, so once again, you'll do a self-assessment tonight, midway through the program, and then at the end of the program. Okay? Be honest. There's no benefit whatsoever if you rate yourself all 9s and 10s. Like if you're 8, 9s, and 10s right now, you probably don't even need me. Like you probably even shouldn't be here. That's more on the the higher progress side. So it's okay if you are some 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. I appreciate that honesty more than anything. All right. Okay, this one right here is big. Let's talk about this one for a second. Making a change starts with clear intentions. If you don't understand why you're here, where you want to go, and why you're doing this, it's going to be very difficult to go in a direction and you don't know where you're going, right? So you got to get really, really clear on your intentions, okay? So let's take a moment to define what you want to get out of this journey. What do you want to get out of this journey? So we're going to answer these following questions together. All right, so your why, and I'm sure you guys have heard this before. You got to figure out your why. When you find out your why, you can stay consistent on your health goals. So yes, why are you here? And here's a starter for this sentence, only if you need the help. If you don't need the help, then don't worry about writing this part. But why are you here? I made the decision to commit to this journey because, and you guys fill in the blank. I made the decision to commit to this journey because. Or you can also say, or in addition to, this is important to me because. Now, if you're stuck in your writing and you're saying, when I'm thinking about this why, don't just think about you by yourself. Think bigger. Think about who else gets blessed when you get better. So this ain't just self-care, it's community care. If your transformation only serves you, it's very limited. When it spills over to others, it becomes very powerful. Okay? And this is from science. This is not just me making this up. Okay? You have to expand from just yourself. When you have a clear sense of your purpose, your brain actually becomes more focused and less likely to get thrown off by the distractions. So, whether that's a late night craving or a WYD or you up text, I can't stand those, by the way. Those send emotional triggers through me for sure. And they may send you spiraling. I don't know. But a strong purpose creates a kind of a mental GPS. It helps you stay locked in, even if or when life tries to pull you off course. So if your why is not rooted deep, you'll keep resetting the same goal every year or every Monday, starting over instead of evolving. So I'm going to give you guys about 45 seconds to start your why. And yeah, I'm just going to give you some silence for that. Yes, you're creating your why. Why do you want to get healthier? All right, another couple seconds. Okay, feel free to keep writing. Again, journaling, writing your thoughts out. That is very, very much a help. I'm sorry, that's very much a health benefit for sure. All right, then you want to realize and to kind of discover, who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? Picture yourself at the end of this fast. Who are you becoming? What does that version of you look like? How do you want to feel? Do you move through life differently? Write all of those things down. And like I said, if you're joining me from YouTube and you're a part of the fast, you want to join me inside of the school so you guys can get all of these tools, so you don't have to write so much down, or you want to come back to it and be able to write these things down. Who are you becoming, or who do you want to become? Step number 3, what are your power statements? What are your power statements? Your thoughts shape your reality. So here are a few power statements to remind yourself daily. You are stronger than your habits. You are stronger than your habits. Your body deserves nourishment and care. And then finally, you are in control of your choices and actions. So write your own and say them out loud daily. What I personally like to do is say them in the mirror and say them kind of softly. And the reason why you want to do that is that things that you hear softly and subtly is like a subconscious thing. So if you're saying that, say that you say a statement like, I'm going to be a millionaire by next year. You can say that, and then at the same time, you're going to cancel it out because a lot of people are not going to truly believe that. So if you say it softly, then that takes the logic part of your negative thoughts out of it. And you don't have to think about, well, how is that actually going to happen? Well, if I do X, Y, and Z, da, da, da. You take the logic part out of it. We don't worry about the steps in between. We don't worry about how the creator is going to provide the things that we know that we deserve and the things that we want. We don't want to think about that. We just want to focus on what we want. And then the rest will take care of the rest, however it happens. Okay. So again, what I do is I write down my intentions, my goals, my affirmations, and I say them in the mirror every day, at least twice a day, which is how many showers I take a day. Okay. I'm not gonna get into your own personal things, but yeah, morning and night, saying them twice a day. And now I know them by heart. So I might just say them randomly when the timer goes off on my phone for other stuff. Okay. All right. Sorry, phone is going nuts right now. Let's see. Step 4, what are your intentions? This is very important. You want to set clear, specific intentions for your transformation. Clear, specific intentions for your transformation. Align your mind, your heart, and your gut to create a vision that feels right at every level, as manifesting your new food habits should feel energizing. So take a moment, close your eyes if that feels safe for you. No forcing, no pretending, just noticing. And now imagine you just a little further down this road. Not perfect, not fixed, so to speak, just more present, more aware, more at ease in your own body. See yourself making food choices without all the back and forth in your head. You're not fighting cravings, you're just understanding them. You're not, quote unquote, obeying rules. You're responding to what your body actually needs. Notice how it feels to choose without guilt. Trust yourself again. How does it feel to move through the day without the constant heaviness, physically and emotionally? These are the things that you need to picture yourself doing, because if you can't just simply imagine it by closing your eyes and picturing yourself doing these things, it's going to be really, really tough for you to do it physically. Okay? So picture yourself cooking more at home, not out of pressure, but because it feels good. And even when you do eat out, enjoy it. Enjoy it though without spiraling, without bargaining, or without starting over on Monday. Feel the quiet pride that comes from having more energy, more clarity, and a body that feels supported, not punished. Don't limit yourself with small goals. Dream so big that everyone will think that you are AI. And when they do come for you, let them. I hear this all the time. People think that I'm not a real person. And I'm like, yes, I am. All right. People don't believe that I'll be 50 this year. Yes, I am. And I love that, because I love when people talk negatively. It just really is just a reflection on how they're really feeling on themselves. It has nothing to do with me. So I don't take things personally anymore. And like I said, those alkalizing breaths, they've done wonders for me. They've done wonders. All right. Let this new lifestyle reflect your true potential for health and happiness. This intention should be in harmony with your deepest values and goals. Make it easier for you to stay consistent. And when your mind, emotions, and intuition are aligned, your brain rewires to support your success. Visualize this intention daily, 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 and stay committed to the actions that bring it to life. Then the very last thing on this, guys, is make it official. There's a contract at the end of this where there's just, 5 simple sentences where you're committing to this full fast. Or if you're starting the my 13-week step-by-step program, you're committing to this in writing. It may sound or feel silly, but just do it. Like I said, trust the process. You want to sign it and date it, and then that's it. Okay? If you came in to any of this late, no worries. I'm going to show you once again where you can find this and have access to it. When you first come in, I think it takes you to my About page. And then this is the area where you can type and post whatever you want to for the day. But the access to what I just went through is here. And then this is day 0. So this is a video, and it's over everything we just that I just went through. Okay, so you can watch the video. It's less than 30 minutes. It'll help you answer the questions. And then down here is your playbook, and that's the information that I just had pulled up on the screen. Okay, so you guys have full access to that. And this is how you get started. This is how you stop saying, I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start January 1st. Like, stop doing that and let's just do it. Stop talking about it. And now here's your step-by-step, me holding your hand to where now you can just do it. Okay? Sound good? Any questions? Any questions? All right. I'm sorry if I was a little bit long. Join us tomorrow at the same time. Tomorrow we're going to get started on day 1. I want you guys to go ahead and flip through the access to, if you have the 40-day liquid fast guide, go ahead and start flipping through. Maybe mark up some of your favorite recipes that you see that you want to make. Maybe look at some of, like I said, page 53 is what we were going to focus on tonight. And, look through that to warm up, how to properly warm up your body. Because I don't know, and I was leaning on Alkaline Vegan Mommy to share that with us tonight, but I'm hoping everything is okay with her. My phone keeps beeping, so maybe that's her. I don't know. But I'll keep you guys posted in the school and let you know, where we're going to go from here. And then, like I said, ask any questions that you guys have in the school, okay? When you guys join my school, you have more access to me, all right? Other than that, I will see you next time. All right. Appreciate you guys. Love you too, kid. All right. See you.